And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster. I'm touching base with you, and today is our TrendWatch Thursday, and I'm here with my buddy and pal, Chris Edwards.
Good morning, sir.
Good
We had a lot of
morning.
technical difficulties
We
this
had a
morning
lot of
getting on here.
technical craziness going on this morning. The whole thing reset, and now we had to
On
put
both of
everything
us.
back. Yes, it was like, what's going on? What is happening
StreamYard,
over
come
here,
on, get with it.
StreamYard?
It's StreamYard.
StreamYard. Come on, y'all gotta get together. Every other day, this for the last
Yeah.
2 weeks, I've had to reset. But this was the worst one. Today, everything was, and I was just on last night.
It doesn't matter. They probably reset it. Once you got out of it, it reset itself.
Yes, I was just on last night. Speaking of last night, we had a great game night. We had so much fun. And first Kim comes out the box and says, I am the MVP by getting the pangram in our spelling bee. And then out of nowhere, Chris R came out and says, I got 2 pangrams. I got pangrams and back-to-backs. I said, okay, but we had so much fun last night. We have fun in our game nights. We had fun. We always have fun in our game nights. We do our New York Times games and that Wordle, connection, and spelling bee. And it is so much fun. We all hang out. Elise pops in once in a while. Sometimes we'll have some folks in that say, I just happen to be up and I'm just joining. And then we'll get people from out of nowhere, from someplace like in some other country, or like one time we got somebody from Australia that was just getting up and ready for work, and they do their Wordle and they joined us, and so it's fun.
It's very popular.
Cyberspace is a uniter. I mean, you connect with people that you never thought you would connect with, and then out of nowhere, you develop friendships. And that's the beauty of meeting friends from all over the world. So in the building this morning is Hannah, first in the building. She says, good morning, Ron and Chris and Touch Base Daily family. Number 2 in the building is Brian Young. He says,
he's been
Friday Eve fam.
Yeah, he's been number 2 quite a few times now. He's been number 2 quite a few times.
Yeah, this week he's been here. And Hannah's in the building, and Hannah, and all that stuff. Okay, Jazzy Jazz gets the 3rd. She gets the bronze, and she says, good morning, beautiful people. And Kimmy says, hey, game night. Yes, Kimmy came out the box last night. She was like, bam, pangram, the first word up on the board. But then Chris R came around and said, not so fast. And she says, yes, Kimmy says, hold on a second. See, Chris R is so good at it. And we had so much fun. And what I love about the group, our community, even when someone wins, like when someone's winning, or the person that wins, they're always like, but it's a group effort. Everyone's so humble, and everybody's like, yeah, we're in this together. We're having a good time. And if you play any of these words on the New York Times, like I said, Wordle, connections, or spelling bee, join us. We have so much fun, and you can have your own puzzles right there and do it with us. So that way you can continue to do your word puzzles during the week. But we just come together 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. But during the rest of the week, and our Wordle, because we have a formula. We have a formula, y'all. And we are 226 days straight.
Oh, okay.
We have a 226-day streak. We have not lost. We keep going.
That's good.
So that's what it takes when you're with some people. When you're with the people you love to hang out with. And Kimmy Kim says, I saw the movie One Battle After Another. Excellent. Oh, really? I want to see that movie. Is that the one? That's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio? Is that the one?
Oh.
And Kimmy Kim said, Brian says, Kim, I plan to see it this weekend. Yeah, I think that's the one with Leonardo in it.
I'm about to look it up.
Kimmy says, yes, we happy someone finds the word when it gets hard. Yes. Yep. There it is. Leo and Texans. Yes.
They've
So
been promoting this for quite a while.
I haven't been to the well. My movie buddy has moved to Florida.
Why?
He beat me to the punchline. He says, "Ron, you're leaving New York. I might as well leave." I'm like, "What the hell?
But
You
why
leave before
Florida of
me."
all places?
He moved to Florida. Well, the reason why his mom passed away this year, and his
Uh,
sister bought the house that they live in,
okay,
and
okay,
I don't know. Don't they know I'm online? They bought the house. She bought the house too, because their mom was in their 90s. She died at 99. And
oh,
so they bought the house for her
almost
because
there.
they had the ranch house. They had so she can maneuver. And so his sister bought the house. I mean, put his business out in the street, but bought the house. And so the mom has passed away. So she's there by herself in this big house. And he
Gotcha.
was looking to downsize, also living in Jersey and everything. And he said, why not pay, instead of paying rent to some stranger, why don't I just help my sister pay off her mortgage? And I thought that was beautiful. He was like, I'm not going to have her struggle alone when I can just go and help her.
Well, that's acceptable for him to move to
Isn't that?
Florida.
I said, that's the only reason I'll be moving to Florida. There's no way I would move to Florida. But the great thing about it is he's literally my best friend. And he's my movie partner. We always get together. He'll say, hey, Ron, I'm coming up to Jersey. Let's go to the movies, but I told him, he says so now he's like, you have to come down to Florida. You have to come down to Florida. And I was like, oh, there's not reason to come to Florida. But you know what? I forget that my cousins live in Florida. Dr. Tachi lives in Florida. And now
We pray for them all.
So you know what? I say, you know what? There's like a whole cluster of you. So I guess I have a reason now to come to Florida. And I can do a Florida tour. So I'll do a Florida tour. So I say, I'm going to put you guys on the map for 2026. Sometime in 2026, but I will visit him. I might visit him while I'm in North Carolina. I might just fly down there for a couple of days and then fly back to North Carolina because I can do it like that now.
Yeah.
As of the 22nd of October. So yes, I want to see this movie. I want to see this movie. And she says, Tenacious Taylor. And she's right.
He's in everything lately.
Kimmy Kim.
She was trying to say, yeah, Tatiana Taylor. That's what she's trying to say.
Spell check has been. Ooh, I tell you, I love my spell check, but my spell check gets me in trouble too because it will change words. And then next thing you know, you send it out and say, wait a minute, I didn't put that word.
Here's the thing. If you are trying to spell a word and you are really off, it might think you're trying to spell something else. That's why it gives you like those other spellings and you're not paying attention to it. And that's when you send it off. But here's the thing with spell check. And this goes for Android and for iOS. The more you spell a word, it'll realize that you're trying to use that word. So it will replace it correctly in the future.
But it not only does that, but it will also. I have my prediction on.
Yeah,
I need to take my prediction off really because the prediction.
I love it.
It predicts what I want to say, and then I said no, I don't want to say that. I put the letters in, and then it changes it. So
well, here's something.
I have a hate and love relationship with spell check. Spell check is so simple.
Well, here's another one. You can use what do you call it? If you use words or phrases a lot, you can do shortcut commands by just typing in like I use shortcut commands for like certain sentences that I know I'm going to use, or for instance, my email. Because my email is too long, I never type out my email. I use it as a two-letter text. I put that in and it auto generates the email address. So you can do that in your keyboard. Shortcuts.
I got a lot to learn about spell check. It drives me crazy. It really does. It used to be such a friend, and now it's like, I gotta double check everything.
Well, you know why? Because everything's AI now.
AI is AI. Everything's predicting and everything's creating. So G says in the
Yeah.
morning, she said, "Oh, G, I like that new picture.
Yeah. Listen, I
Look
loved
at
all
G
of them. She's a
with her
hottie.
green dress." I tell you, she says, "Good morning, y'all. I like that. I like your little icon. What do you call it? What do we call that? Your profile
Yeah.
shot.
Your icon shot.
Elise is in the building. She says, "Good morning, everyone." And if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, Kimmy says, "Spell
Subscribe.
check is the devil at times." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, why are they calling me when they know I'm online?
That's when they always want to call.
Oh my gosh. Everyone in my life knows I do it. I'm on here every day between 11 o'clock and 12:30.
Well, I would text back just to make sure that it's not an emergency because you
It's not
never
an
know.
emergency. It's my brother's.
Here's the thing: like I have mine set. My phone knows that we do this show every Thursday and Friday at 11. So it automatically I have a thing set up for on air where it blocks everybody out. The only people that can
Really?
come, the only people that can come through are Ronald, my parents, and his parents. Nobody else.
I
And
need
how
to
that
do that.
works is if they call or text once and then they do it again, it'll break through. But there's
I
ways.
tell
There's
you.
tons of stuff you can do.
I need to get, I'm still new to the Apple phone, so I'm getting all these little bells and whistles that are there. Kim says
Yeah.
has some references to supremacy groups, government, and immigration. That's what the movie has.
Okay.
And Lee says exactly, Chris. What else is there? Her name is Tiana Taylor. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. That dumb spell check. Sorry. Kimmy.
Every once in a while.
There we go. She goes, "Hi, Hannah. I did too. I was sleepy going, but I didn't want to miss a scene. I did not want to miss the scene of this movie. I can't wait to go see it. Now I got to find a new movie partner. I don't know what to do."
Well, I
Anyway.
mean, you're gonna be on the move too anyway, so you're gonna find lots of new
Yeah.
movie partners as you move as
As
you
I
traipse
travel
the
around
world.
Janice says, demon spell check. Greetings all. Yeah, see, everyone has a battle with their spell check. I'm not the
Yeah.
only one. I hear people talk about it all the time. That's why
And
I bring it up.
it can be embarrassing when when you're saying to someone that
Yes.
you don't normally talk to on a regular, and it like puts in a word that is really inappropriate. I've seen some really good ones on social media.
And I see all that love there. G says, "Well, hopefully we can talk about practicing your craft, photography, music, etc. on Tuesday." And let's see here. My phone stays on D&D, and I have a host of routines to follow my lifestyle. Yes, Gwendolyn uses every technical tool she has.
Yes, he
And
does.
yes, she does. That's her deal. She's been that way all of our lives. All of our lives together. That's what drew me to her. I say, "Oh, you're the tech guru in the building. I want to hang out with you." I used to call her my tech guru back at work. That was the first thing. That's how we bonded. She was my tech guru. Right, Miss G? She said, "And I'm texting in English and French now, so that makes spell check funny." Yes, that's
Even
the other
worse.
thing. My keyboard now is in French and English
Why? Do you know French?
because I'm speaking French now. I'm taking French classes.
Okay. Well, and that's probably
So
where the
then I go,
confusion starting to come
"Papel,"
in.
and I go, "Elle papel, Jesus." Jesus. And so I am now, my keyboard is now French and English. And sometimes it thinks I'm going to spell a French word. So I had to be very careful with it. But Or sometimes when I'm spelling English words, it thinks I'm going to spell a French word. So it
Mm.
gets a little crazy. But it's most of the time it's accurate. Now I have to tell you, even though it's I'm using two languages, it's not bad. It's not bad. When I just had it English, it made more mistakes. It's making less
But
mistakes than I do French and
ju-
English.
just look at where technology has come. I remember back in the day, and so for all those that are out there watching us that are older, around our age, you guys remember, what was it? Naturally speaking, was it Dragon? I think it was called
Who's that?
Naturally Speaking Dragon. It was a software that allowed you to like translate different no, Naturally Speaking Dragon. I think that's what it was called.
It sounds familiar, but I
Transcribe.
don't know
Yeah, it was back in the day. It was like in my 20s. It was like 30 years ago. Um, and I think it tried to, I want to say it did translations too, but I don't remember. But it came on a CD. You have to load the CD onto your computer. And then when, internet really got big, you could do it online. I think it was
Mhm.
called Naturally Speaking Dragon. Actually, let me look that up real quick.
Well, I'm excited about that. Now, this is what I am really excited about Apple, the new headset. Because I think my brother got the headset. I think he was talking about it.
You mean
He
AirPods
the new
Pro 3?
AirPod, yep, the new AirPods. And
Wait, hold on.
my brother was
Go
in
ahead.
a store. He was in a store, and some people were talking, and I think he said they were talking in French, and he understood what they were saying. It
So
translated in time.
yes. Now here's the thing: you don't have to buy the new AirPods Pro 3. AirPods Pro 2 and AirPods 4, the ones that came out last year or the year last year, can actually do it with the software update.
I have an old one. I have the old
If you
AirPod.
have the first version, it does not work. But if you have the version 2 of the Pros or version 4 of the regular AirPods with the software update, you will get this new feature.
Ah,
Yeah, the only thing really new in the new AirPods Pro are the heart rate sensor that's in there. You
and it
get most
also
of the
it
software
has a
stuff.
snug ring on it. So now
Yes,
so that's what I
yes,
like. They
yeah.
finally came.
Those are the
They
two.
they finally graduated to with the rest of the world, because the rest of the world puts a little rubber ring around the headset so it doesn't
Well,
pop
no,
out your
it's
head.
no. So hold on here. They've always had silicone, but what they did was they injected on the inside of the silicone foam, so it stays tighter in your ear. And then what that does, it adds to the noise cancellation to keep out the outside sound. And then also, in addition, they added two more additional sizes. So instead of getting three sizes in the pack, you get five. So it
Okay.
it will adapt to more ears. So that's
Well,
what you get with that.
I'm calling my cousin and then say, "Hey, cousin, oh, guess what?
These
I need
never leave home
AirPods.
without
That's
them.
what they call them, AirPods."
And they last longer. You can get a full 8 hours of charge off of one charge. So basically, you can fly across the country now without having to drop them in the case to get like a quick 5 minute charge. So that's
Charge.
good.
Well, I am on the Apple upgrading the headsets because
Okay.
I mean I have my Samsungs. I still use my Samsungs, but the AirPods work
Yeah. Apple
best
AirPods.
with
Yeah.
the Apple phone because it allows you to do all the other things that Apple does with in
Well, not
association
even
with.
one last note about the AirPods. Because the AirPods use your Apple ID, you can go from device to device to device, and it'll switch because it knows which device you're on. So, for instance, right now, I'm talking to you through my computer, but if I was to pick up my phone and take a call, it would automatically switch to the phone, and then when
Ooh,
I'm
that's
paying back, it
nice.
would automatically switch back. Yeah. So, I come in, I'm on my AirPods on the phone, but then I sit down to talk to you on the computer, it'll automatically switch over because
I
it knows
like
the device is active. But
I
anyway,
like that.
yeah,
So
and it's
Apple
always been
goes
that.
Apple gets like I said, I mean, I'm not mad at Apple. Sometimes some
Yeah,
things
there.
piss me off, but I mean that's about it. Some
That's
things.
that's for every
But
piece of technology to have, though.
there's no perfect
Yeah.
technology. And
Welcome
I
to the
see
wall garden.
Anthony is in the building, Derek is in the building. Hello guys, and I see you in the building. I see Janet says dyslexia and French don't mix well.
Oh,
Did she just give me shade? Did Janet just give me shade? Wait, let me put did she just give me shade? Ooh.
That's funny.
Janet just gave me shade, y'all. Jazzy says my keyboard is Spanish, Greek, and
Oh,
English. Well,
3
excuse
languages.
me.
Okay.
Jazzy, you can speak Greek? I did not know this.
I
I
speak
did
one
not know.
language.
I speak well
And
now. I'm speaking. And you know what? Wait. I'm on a 34-day streak on my French lessons, and yesterday kicked my butt. Yesterday I was cursing at that phone. I was like, "You got to be freaking kidding me!" I kept
what are you
messing up.
using?
Duolingo.
Duolingo? Okay. Everyone seems to love that.
It's so good. But it kicked my tail yesterday. I was cursing at that thing. I could not get my words to say because I'm at the point now, I'm at a level now that it wants you to speak. It just asks you questions and you have to speak it back. And I'm like, hell no. And then I keep messing up on my what do you call it presents, past, presents, the tenses, so man, it kept going back and back, and at one point I thought it was going to just give up on me because it keeps going back and saying do it, and it tries to make it easier, and it tries to make it a little more easier. And it was a rough day yesterday in French class.
Mm.
But I am surprised how many words I know in French now.
But that's good.
And each week I get better at French. And I said next year this time I will be speaking fluently French.
Good.
And the reason why is because I'll be when I'm in Africa and living in Namibia and going back and forth, and I'm working on getting it was advised to me, instead of trying to get my citizenship in Namibia, work first and get my working visa, a working visa,
Okay.
so I can then work in Namibia. And because what I also am planning to do is probably teach photography in Namibia as well. So
Okay.
in order for me to teach, I need to have my working visa.
Okay.
So I'll be working on that first. And then after a year and a half or 2 years, then I will look at my citizenship situation.
Gotcha. Dr. Tachi is in the building.
Yeah, I see her. Hey, y'all. Dr. Tachi's in the building. But also because I'll be in Africa, and Africa has a lot of French-speaking countries. Mali, Togo, Cameroon, Congo, some of the islands in Madagascar, the islands off the Madagascar coast. You have French in Namibians speak French, German, and English. You have French in what other places? Senegal. So I want to be able to go to those countries and be able to talk to people as like I talk English. So that's the goal. Because my ultimate goal in life is to see every country in Africa that I possibly can go to. So that will be it. I'll be sharing it along the way, y'all, as God gives me the strength and the money to do it. The strength, the money, the wisdom. Yes, buddy.
So the name of the software is called Nuance Dragon Software. I think it's changed over the years, but it wasn't originally like Dragon Software. So it was best in class speech recognition for all types of businesses. I think it has evolved over the years, but that's what it was in the past. It was like a text to speech and then translate, and then now it's like this business piece of software. But that was the original. And I remember getting the CDs back in the day. I believe I had at the time when I got that, I had like a compact Presario. I don't know if y'all remember that, the compact Presario computers. PC.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. I never had one, but I remember it.
Oh, I had one.
I've only had the Commodore. I had the Commodore computer when my first computer was a Commodore.
My first PC.
And it used to go every time it was, you got mail, or when I used to put it to the phone.
Wow. Everyone remembers that. Sound like something was coming through your pipes.
Like it's like the heat is coming on in New York because New York heat comes through steam pipes, and so when the heat is turned on, you can hear the pipes clicking in most buildings in New York City. So, I mean, at least the older ones.
It was called Dragon Naturally Speaking. So I was right. It's a speech recognition software package developed by Dragon Systems of Newton, Massachusetts. This was back in the day. The initial release was June 1997. I know it wasn't crazy.
97, you said.
97 is when it first came
that
out.
long ago. That's 27 years. Wow, God, I can't believe.
Listen, I said it was like 27 years ago.
27 years ago.
I was in college. I remember it.
Holy moly. Jazzy
Sorry,
says,
I got distracted.
Jazzy says, I love my AirPods, but I hate that feature, Chris. And she laughs because sometimes I'm listening to something on my phone and it switched to my computer.
Well, you can tell it not to switch to the computer. You can set it up that way if you want to. Everything has its pros and cons.
Yeah, Lisa says Duolingo will check you when you miss days on your lessons. Well, I'm part of this community where it allows your friends to give you these like freezers or whatever they call it. I forgot, they're like little freeze to help you over. And also, I'm always nudging all of my contacts. And I didn't realize how many of my friends were on Duolingo. So I have at least 25 or maybe 30 friends on Duolingo studying what different languages. And it's just interesting that I get to see them progression and
look at all community.
It's all about community. Everything is about community. You got to build community. Jazzy said, G says, Jazzy, I have the same issue with my Samsung earpods. It's agitating. See, technology. It's technology, y'all. And Ellie said, I can see how French and dyslexia can be problematic sometimes. The adjective comes after the subject. Let me tell you, for someone that has dyslexia, sometimes I'm like,
so she didn't tell a lie there.
Yes, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it though. I'm proud of myself. Ron, now you know what I was saying. French. Jazzy says, y'all, I can't speak any of those languages. I was learning Espanol and Greek at one point. I can type those languages very well. Don't ask me to speak in them. Oh, okay. At least you can write. I can read Spanish, but I can't speak it as much.
Listen, I took years of Spanish and I can't do it now. I lost that. If you don't, that's the other thing. If you don't use
it, you have to
lose it. Yeah.
I took a year of Spanish 1 and Spanish 2.
4 years of Spanish.
I don't remember
any of it.
First term, second term. And that's why I can read it, and I used to be able to speak it much better. But my Paul, who was here, Paul speaks French, German, and his native language from his tribe, and he speaks English. And so when he was here, he would talk in French, and I would be like,
You get like 1 or 2 words out of it?
I get 1 or 2 words, and I'm like, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. And but he also set up my computer and my phone to all of the French news platforms, so I can continue listening to the news in French since I love the news. So if I listen to the news in French, he says people in broadcasting, in the French broadcasting, their cadence is at a speed so people can understand it. So it's not fast. It's not like, some people, you meet some French people, someone that speaks French, and they're like, and you just like, what the hell are they saying? But the broadcasters, because they know they are broadcasting to an international audience, they have a certain cadence that they use in French broadcasting. So I got
Okay.
now, yeah. So now, besides having the BBC on my phone and on my computers, I have the French IF something. I forget what it's called, IFC or something like that. The world of expanding your mind. I'm excited about it. You're never too old to learn, y'all. You're never too old to learn. Lisa says, just in general, most people in other countries speak more than one language. Only Americans
Very
don't
true.
speak many languages. This is
Very
very
true.
true.
We're
The,
ignorant that
yeah,
way. It's
the
true.
average European speaks 3 languages. The average citizen of the world speaks three
You
languages.
know, you know, and I think that's the problem I have with other Americans. And I'm not saying that I'm immune to it, but I'm not one to say this, but a lot of Americans, when people from other countries come here and they start screaming at them, oh, speak English. I'm like, hello, they speak multiple languages. You're the ignorant one that can't speak anything else besides your ignorant English. You know?
Tell us how you really feel, Chris.
I
Well,
mean, no, seriously.
it is.
We as Americans only speak one language, and we expect when we go abroad that oh everyone's supposed to speak English. Like no, that's not their native tongue. You're in their native land. It would behoove us to learn their language because we're in their country.
Well, that is how the French feel too. When you are in France, or as they say in France, if you're in France, you you piss people off when you try to speak English or act like everyone in the world speaks English. They
Yeah.
want you to at least try to speak French. And if you
Listen,
try to speak French, then they respect you.
when we were in Paris last year. Thank God Ronald knows like a little bit just to get by, like to get us to certain places. And I learned how to thank you, that type of stuff. But if it wasn't for him, we'd be up shit's creek. But luckily enough, a lot of French people do speak English, and they ask you in the very beginning, French or English, and you tell them, and
Hmm.
they're like,
Hmm.
okay, so they know because also us Americans, we look American wherever we go.
Well,
We
you
have a
know how
look
they
to
tell,
them.
how they tell who we are, right?
By the way we dress.
Exactly.
We dress
And
very different than French.
we drink, well, for most Europeans dress in black or dark colors.
Yeah. Yes. Very
Americans
much so.
dress in bright colors. So when you're overseas, if you don't want to be a target, you wear
Yeah.
dark colors. If you want
Very
to
true.
show off and hey, I'm an American. Okay, come and steal from me. Come pickpocket from me. Here's my bright orange shirt.
Oh, I want to go back to Paris. So
Yeah.
much fun.
Well, my buddy taught me. My buddy from Nigeria taught me how. He says when you go to Europe, I was on my way to Spain. He says, "Don't wear he says, Ron, don't wear your color show clothes that you wear." He goes, "Wear your dark clothes." And
Yeah.
it's the truth. And I was
It
not
is
a
the truth.
target. No one bothered me. No one tried to pickpocket me. No one tried to. But he says, if you wear those light colors, like I like my oranges and my greens and my blues. We
Yeah.
Americans, we like to be seen. So
Yeah.
anyway, what's in the news, Chris, today? What is in the news? Anything you want to talk about in the news?
I mean, it's the same old crap, these people. I
Oh,
mean, I was watching when we were talking before we got on. We were watching Don Lemon. He had a great show on this morning, and he was talking about how
yes.
Megyn Kelly and some
What did
other.
Megan Kelly do? I missed that part.
Well, she's irrelevant, but she was talking about how black people commit the most crimes in the United States. And it's kept saying black people this, black people that. I'm like, one, they're not giving proper statistics. They're giving only like local statistics. And think about it, we're not the largest population, and they will continue to avoid the fact and the truth that um, most of these crimes are being committed by white men.
White
The
men.
shootings, all the mass shootings. I mean, look, this past weekend there were two mass shootings. What were they? White men. It's
And
always white men.
every week,
Very rarely do you see as a black person. I remember the only real recollection I have of a mass shooter being African American was the DC shooter back in the day.
Mm.
And listen, all the black people when they found out he was black, why he gotta be black? You know what I mean?
Remember that?
But
Remember that? That was shocking.
yeah,
That
it
was a
was a
shocker.
shocker. It was a shocker.
It's so rare.
But it's very rare. And it's even more rare that they're transgender. I mean, this whole attack on trans people in the
Why?
trans
But
community
again,
is ridiculous and disgusting.
this is the caste system playbook, or to make someone. You have to always be. Someone has to be belittled. Someone has to be at the bottom, and you can't rise. You can't feel important unless you put other people down.
Yes. Yes.
And
And
uh,
it's
and
and it's the
and
trans community now.
and it's a what do they call it? Scapegoat. They're
Yeah.
scapegoating. I mean, how many people in America know trans people? I mean, think about it. The average
Per-
red state person. How many trans people live in red states? Not that, I mean, New York has lots of trans people, but still, even in New York, there's not
but
a lot
even
of.
s-
When
but
you
even
think of, we
still,
have how many millions? We have 8 million people live
they
in
are
New
the
York.
minority population in this country and in the world. But yet and still, because it's I don't want to say
Scapegoating.
less visible. They scapegoat them. They did the same thing with black people. We got some more rights, and we're you know more visible, so they can't really pick on us as much as they have in the past. So they move to the next lowest common denominator, which is quote unquote trans
In their
people.
minds, because
And
there's nothing,
exactly,
because
exactly.
the transgender people are just like any other American.
Everybody else, they're human beings, and they do this to make them to prop themselves up to make themselves feel better about themselves. It's
Mhm.
shameful. It's shameful.
Dr. Tice says that probably so. However, in the cases that with countries of the global South, poverty has created an atmosphere of petty theft. Europeans are just thieves, and the whole country, as Garrison was saying from his platform. I'm going to go to his page on YouTube on Instagram in a moment. And Garrison Hayes, he's so good at what he does. Such a great journalist and advocate on what's it called,
Mother Jones.
Mother Jones. Yes, Mother Jones is the company. And he's so good, but he brings in all these stats, and then he goes toe to toe with the CK comments about black people, and black people commit the most crimes, and black people are the most incarcerated, and the black people, and then you get the statistics. It's white people.
It is. They're the ones that are on welfare.
They're the majority
That
on welfare.
collected. Yeah.
And so all the statistics, and then he brought out that and he knows that the bold face lie, talking about who commits more crime, because American data does not, unless you like the FBI, but people that commit crime, most crimes are not even reported. Most crimes are not reported, and most crimes are not recorded by color of people. Like, oh, this person's black, this person's white that committed the crime. So, I mean, he was very, very fascinating. But I'm gonna find his page in a little bit and bring it up to you guys. But what else is in the news? I mean, obviously we know what's
So
trending. What?
I'm on MSNBC right now, and some of the top stories. And I'm sure you guys have heard about this. ICE agents injured a journalist at
Oh, that
NYC's
was
courthouse,
horrible.
adding to a disturbing trend. They threw a mother down on the ground. They shoved I think it's two journalists. One ended up
Two
in the
journalists.
hospital.
Yeah, one ended
Yeah,
up in the
one ended up
hospital.
in the hospital.
Yeah.
In Chicago, um, some gentleman on his bike was taunting them, and they started to chase him. They couldn't even keep up. Thank God
That was
he was able to get away.
hilarious.
It was hilarious. And then
I
they
was like,
added
go, and
someone.
so as the guys on the bike, I was like, go, 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 go.
Someone actually added like some cartoon music behind one of them. But like these ICE agents are out of control. Nowhere else can you have law enforcement who don't identify themselves, who are masked. I mean, weren't right winged Republicans um, and MAGA followers, weren't they the ones that said that they didn't want to wear a mask and you shouldn't be able to wear a mask in public because during COVID. So now all of a sudden it's okay if they're law enforcement and they're quote unquote arresting illegal immigrants. And the thing about it is these people are putting American citizens in handcuffs. There was another story yesterday I read about where these ICE agents stopped this elderly Hispanic man, but he was an American citizen. Luckily, he was able to call his son. His son came down and showed them his driver's license and his ID, all his proof that he was an American citizen. And if it wasn't for that, they would have hauled him away, and no one would have known where he was at.
Isn't that correct? This is
They're
where we are.
kidnapping American citizens on American streets.
Well, you saw what he said this week. The orange man, he wants the military
Yeah,
to do operations, training operations
yeah.
in American cities.
That is illegal. That is illegal.
You cannot use American soldiers or entities on American soil.
They're not trained for that anyway, too. They're trained to be on foreign grounds fighting wars or keeping the peace. Not the military's not supposed to be used in the American streets against its citizens.
And again, that was a horrific scene with this man, this
Oh,
horrible person standing in front of all of those decorated generals and admirals and fleet commanders and all the amazing people that serve this country
yeah,
and have gone through so much to get those medals, to get their positions as generals,
yeah.
2-star, 3-star, 4-star generals, and what they're standing in front of just a
Two idiots that wear ill-fitted clothing. But anyway, here's another story that came out on Monday. It was reported on Rachel Maddow's show first, but other MSNBC correspondents have picked it up. I don't know if you guys remember back in over the summer, the New Jersey mayor, one of the New Jersey mayors was arrested when they were doing a check on one of the ICE facilities. It was a congresswoman and a mayor. So the body cam was released of one of the officers, and they were told, even though they had a legal right to be there, and then they had left already, ICE agents went and arrested them, the mayor and the congresswoman. They have body cam footage of them speaking to officials in Washington. They told them, go arrest them, go put them in handcuffs. And you literally hear the officer saying, okay, we'll go and arrest them. Even though they weren't breaking any laws, they weren't even on the facility grounds. They had already left. This was all a publicity stunt. Of course, they had dropped the charges, I think a day or two after on the mayor, but they're still trying to prosecute the senator. But now all this body cam footage was released by the courts. This other case won't go anywhere. And it's just going to show how Washington and is interjecting in local police matters where they have no business. So if, Nicole Wallace calls out conduct and video of New Jersey mayor's arrest, a stain on this country. Watch that, or go and watch Monday's episode of the Rachel Maddow show. She talks about extensively in that, and she actually plays the audio and I believe the video. I listened to the podcast, but I believe she showed the video on her show. I know I heard the video or the audio of it.
And Jazzy says to Dr. Tachi, how do we realistically change the narrative so that the truth is bigger than the lie? I'm talking from the strategic standpoint. I don't know, Dr. Tachi. I mean, if she wants to pop on, she can. You know, Dr. Tachi always has a seat.
Yes, pop on.
But that's a question to Dr. Tachi, or she can just apply. She can just send it through there. And Jazzy says also, did y'all see what happened in Chicago? What happened in Chicago, Jazzy? Give us more details.
Yeah.
And Derek says, police officers trained before becoming an officer. These overweight ICE agents can't run a block. ROFL.
That part.
That scene was so funny. They were trying to, but again, it is alleged it is alleged that many of the ICE agents were pulled in from the white militias that are in America.
Well, I
These
mean, more than
white,
likely.
yeah, I know, you know, these racist groups that are all over the country. There's many of them. There's so many of them, so many that you can't that we can't even list them. And there's some that are out there in public, and there are some that are secret. And some of these, and a lot of these, allegedly, have been recruited into ICE, and they get preference.
Oh, I didn't, Jazzy. I didn't hear about that. Hold on. Let me put it up.
Mm-hmm.
Massive immigration raid on Chicago apartment building leaves residents reeling. I feel defeated. Yeah, I didn't hear about this. When did this
When
happen?
was
Yesterday?
this?
Excuse me.
Well, okay. Let's look it up. Let's go into the Google machine. I didn't hear that. Chicago. I know that they were threatening to go into Chicago. I didn't know they actually did.
Well, they're going to all of the blue Democratic states and places where governors of color are overseeing the populations. Of course, none of the red states have any crime
No.
or anything wrong with them. It's only the quote unquote blue states.
Okay, I should have this up in a moment.
And here's the thing, like, I'm so tired of the red and blue states. Like, this is the United States of America. You know,
But it
like,
wasn't like this. I mean, yes, you had people talked about the red and blue states when it came to election time. That was the
yeah.
norm in America. It's this orange stain on our country that he has used it as a troll. He trolls the country with the Dems, the red states, the blue state. I mean, you have it begins to escalate during Trump's years in his first term.
They use Black Hawk helicopter. Like, are you talking about they use Black Hawk helicopters in Chicago on this apartment building?
Who? On
Oh,
this
hold on, where is it?
on the apartment building?
Oh, wait,
Chicago
hold
has
on.
Oh, he says Chicago has Italian.
Yeah, but Jazzy wrote they use
Oh,
Black
they
Hawk
use Black Hawk
helicopters.
helicopters? Holy
I didn't see this.
Well, I have the screen up. I'm trying to zero in. Massive immigrant raid in Chicago apartment building. Here we go. Here, I think this is going to help us. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me get rid of this. And
but they're not even paying the people the bonus that they offered them.
So this is
waiting.
This is from Webby's Chicago.
When was this?
This is on looks like October 1st.
That was yesterday.
The Department of Homeland Security said federal agents with Border Patrol, the FBI, and Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives arrest 37 people in the raid. Here we go. Let me get this up for you guys. And I didn't even hear about this. Here we go. And this article was written yesterday. So it may have happened the day before. Your NPR news source. And massive immigration raid on Chicago apartment building leaves residents reeling. I feel defeated. And look at that. Dan Jones stands in his living room where his personal items can be seen scattered and mixed with strangers' belongings in the building where federal immigration agents raided and detained immigrants during an overnight operation at 7500 S South Shore Drive.
You know what this is doing? They are literally ripping this country apart
every day,
limb to limb,
every day,
every corner of the country. And why would anyone want to come here? Like, seriously, why would you want to come here?
No, and that's why people are not. That's why the rest of the world has already decided that America is ready. They're writing America off every
Let
day.
me tell you something. They need to one like FIFA World Cup's will be here next year. They need to pull away. As a matter of fact, the nasty orange man, I believe, said that if Bad Bunny performs, he's going to make sure the ICE agents are standing outside. Like, come on, like, are you being serious now?
And in his stupid, I mean, he's such a dumb idiot because the thing is that he thinks being Puerto Rican is not being an American. In his mind, Puerto
They're
Ricans are not American,
Americans.
and Puerto Ricans are Americans. You just can't. Back to the quote here, where the article is built upon. Hold on, I was right there, and he was saying he was defeated. Oh yeah, he says. Mr. Jones says, I am pissed off. I feel defeated because the authorities aren't doing anything. Yeah, because the police are just hanging out. The police are just standing aside and letting these people raid their homes and destroy their lives. So I got to read into this. So this is the article, guys. So I'll link it. And this is through also through NPR News, which we know we can trust. And so here we go. This is the whole article. I'm looking to see any other footage that's in here. But yeah, and as you can also find other news in this relations to what's going on in immigration. But this is the title: Massive immigration raid on Chicago apartment building leaves residents feeling reeling. I feel defeated. Okay, so that's one news trending that I did not know. Thank you, Jazzy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, I want to know more about that.
Well, see, that's the other thing too. Like, I mean, if people aren't watching out and sharing this stuff, sometimes a lot of this stuff goes on the radar and we don't even know. We didn't know about this one.
Well, but that's the objective, is that there's so much chaos. There's
Yeah.
so much chaos, and they keep throwing things at you every single day, is that you can't keep up with it all. And there's a lot going on. So also we know that the government is still shut down. So,
How long is that going to last? That's the question.
and today is a Jewish holiday for those that are
Yeah.
celebrating the Jewish holiday, and have a good have a wonderful I think it's Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur, yeah.
Okay. And but yeah, that is something. But I was going to my Mother Jones page. If you guys have not seen Mother Jones, this is a really good platform where you get to get some great information. And they have a website and all. But if you go to Instagram and you go to Mother Jones, and Garrison Hayes is one of my favorite. I mean, he's a video correspondent, but he is like excellent. And you find out all the news headlines on this page. And Mother Jones, there it is, 604,000 followers. And you have all the different subjects and titles. And but an excellent platform, worth you. If you put it in your Instagram and then also do the stories, it'll automatically start popping up in your feed every morning. If you just kind of like click on a couple of stories in the feed. And it just goes through like the I mentioned on my cousin's platform last night that this community calls Hexeth the hedgehog. And that was so funny to me, you guys, yesterday. Hedgehog. And his unprecedented meeting with to fat shame the generals. And but I am missing what's her name's comments. But
who's
what's her name? But Don was talking about this morning.
Oh, Megyn Kelly.
Megyn, yeah.
It's not important. She's not important. She's irrelevant.
She's irrelevant. Okay, so there he goes. So check out Mother Jones.
And the thing here's the thing with right wing Republicans and MAGA, they will eat their own and throw them to the wolves.
Mm.
And then these people that have been thrown to the wolves, they still will support their agendas. Yeah. They discarded Megyn Kelly. They fired her from Fox. They threw her out into the woods. And yet still she comes back and still supports them. Still supports Trump after Trump talked down to her. Like,
Well, look at them all. That they all love the abuse. They all
That's
love the abuse, and that's
disgusting.
why they like to abuse others. You know, there's the old adjective of people hurt those that people hurt because they're hurting. People that are
Yeah.
hurt live their lives to hurt others.
Hurt people hurt others.
Yes, well, that's it. Thank you. They hurt others, and these people are in a cult. They've all been abused. They've been abused by the Orange Man. The Orange Man continues to insult. I mean, think about
And
Ted
he's
Cruz.
weak.
Think about Ted Cruz. The Orange Man insults his wife, calls her
Yes.
out of her name, insults his father, calls him
Yes.
responsible for JFK's assassination,
Assassination.
and then all of the stuff that he said about him, and then Ted
He turns
Cruz
around, kisses his
and
ass.
kisses him, yeah, and loves him. They all like that. Every one of these people, he has. Same thing with little Rubio.
Mitch McConnell. I
Mitch
mean,
McConnell, all of it. They
all of
all
them.
kiss the ring, and they all get slapped around by this man. And
And it was crazy. I could see if he was like a strong man, or he was
if he was
smart and
smart, if he was just
intelligent,
smart,
but he's not. He's fat and sloppy and just he
he's
can't
gross.
speak.
He's
He oh,
gross.
and they
He's
all
just
say he
gross.
smells bad. And
Well,
but yet
that's what
still
they
they
say. That's what they say. We don't know. We haven't smelt him.
I will never get that opportunity, and I never want to.
We haven't smelt him yet. So yeah, so we haven't smelt him. So any other subjects going on community? You guys know what's going on in the world, because like I said, I've been on a half-baked news media consumption time. Let me see what you guys are saying here. I watched the news yesterday. La la la. Chicago Sun-Times or the Tribune online. That's for that story as well. Let's see here. Kimmy Kim says, I feel they will swoop down on whole neighborhoods eventually. Well, remember,
Mhm.
the ICE, Department of ICE will be Homeland Security, but under ICE will be the third largest entity outside of the armed forces.
Which is crazy.
It's going to be huge.
That's crazy.
Huge.
Well, all those budget cuts that for the services we're not getting is going towards that. That's what it's going towards. They're just reallocating that money.
Omar says, if he deports me back, I'm good. Back to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place. And I
Yes,
think
it is.
America does it an injustice by not supporting it like they should. Puerto Rico could be an amazing tourist attraction, even though it is for many of us, but globally, because when you walk the streets of Puerto Rico and you see the old tile signs on the building, which reminds you of Spain, and you go to different, and you can see some Spanish, like Spanish, what I mean in Spain, different pieces of architecture and the way it looks and the way it feels, the foods, the people, and they treat Puerto Rico like it's not part of America. It's the insanity of it all.
Yep.
Sorry, Dr. Tachi says the promise lies with larger and smaller independent media outlets. Large indie media will need to step away from mainstream media style for this happen. Mandatory media literacy classes can help. This is something that is. I think Dr. Tachi mentioned this, and we were sharing when she was on the show last week. And people need to, independent media has to rethink media. And getting away from those old formats of some independent media still tries to follow their old format of being on mainstream media, but the channels that are unorthodox compared to the old way and style, they're doing great.
Yeah.
You got to be different. Be different. Old media is dying. Old media is, oh,
It's
and
been done a slow death for a long time,
for a long time.
but
Anthony,
this accelerated made it worse.
yeah, definitely. Anthony says, Anthony Rose says they might pull the World Cup. When I was in Paris, they pulled the FIFA,
FIFA.
FIFA championship game from Russia and moved it to Paris because of the attacks in Ukraine. I think this is a possibility because could you imagine the people coming from all of the Spanish nations?
Yep.
I mean, the World Cup draws a lot of Hispanic people from all over the world.
It is the biggest athletic competition anywhere in the world. Everyone watches the World Cup. That's why it's called World Cup.
And most of the people are Spanish,
Yeah.
Hispanic.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, not only is the World Cup in jeopardy. I mean, there's talks about
Olympics.
In LA are in jeopardy as well because a lot of countries are gonna be like, well, we don't want to send our members there. Like they feel for their lives.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, a lot of them are having problems getting visas to come into the country anyway. A lot of people are being denied visas to come. And I'm like, well, you want us to have a global competition in your country, but you're denying all of our athletes visas. That make sense. You're going to lose money because think about it. Like NBC has the global broadcast rights to the Olympics. If there's no Olympics, they lose all that money that they paid out already.
Yeah.
Your America First is killing your America First.
I think, I'm like Dr. Tachi. Can I go back to Dr. Tachi? She says, I'm with her. Cool.
Yeah.
IFA. You know why? If I was a president of my country, I would not send my people to America.
I protest.
There's no way. It's no way. And if this was any other country, the world would be protesting against it.
Absolutely.
With all of
Back
the
in the day,
abuse that is being going on in this country,
we would be the first
immigrants.
people to say, listen, I mean, we were that country that were always calling out other countries for what we're doing to our people right now.
That's right.
It's disgusting. We were always considered the world's police, and now we're the criminals. I mean, well, hell, we have a criminal leading the country.
This is where we are. Dr. Tachi, did you make this hashtag up or did you find this hashtag online?
I'm sure that this is floating around because it's been talked about ever since he came back into power.
This is, I would say, I mean, think about Samsung, and that's Samsung. Not Samsung. What was it? It was what was the company? The car company.
Hyundai.
Hyundai. They say, we're taking our workers. We're taking our jobs. Yeah. We're taking it all back. Don't worry about it. We're not going to hang out with you folks. This was Korean people. Korean. Who bothers the Koreans?
But not even that. We were the ones that created this scenario to bring them here to train our people so that we could have facilities here, so we could bring more jobs here. And the instant that they were brought here to do what we asked them to do, you raid them, you arrest them, and try to deport them. Nah, dude. You know what? I'm gonna pack up my shit and I'm gonna go home. I don't need this. You need this.
Yeah.
So now all the people that you wanted to have jobs, they are jobless. That just keep bringing up the unemployment rates.
And it was in a red state.
That part.
Y'all, the red states, man.
Keep shooting ourselves in the foot.
Y'all need to. Oh, speaking of the red. Oh, yeah. This is what happened yesterday. So this orange man also pulled $18 billion from New York City. It was $8 billion. It's not trillion. I think it's billion. to build the infrastructure to the subway system, and also for the tunnels, the 2 tunnels that are going to be built between New Jersey and New York, because the old tunnels keep breaking down.
Yeah.
And that doesn't.
These were projects in the making
These
for a
were
long
projects
time.
that were supposed to, especially the one that is for Amtrak to be able to move
Yeah.
through New Jersey and New York at a faster speed, faster
So,
rail speeds,
yeah, but
and
here,
also without breaking down.
don't minimize that. Yes, it's between New York and New Jersey, but this is for the whole entire Northeast corridor, because
Yes.
this runs from Boston to Florida. This is a major infrastructure that is used on a daily basis very heavily.
And took
We
the
have
18
people
billion.
that come from DC to go to work in New York every single day and vice versa.
Yes. But he took the money away from the project.
But he didn't even appropriate this money.
Nope. But I bring this up because a lot of those unions that
They
are going to get
supported
those
him.
jobs were the ones that put that stupid fool in office.
Yep.
They're the ones that work in Long Island. They're the ones that work on
Voted
Staten Island.
against their
They're the ones
own
that get these
interests.
jobs, these contract jobs. The majority, we know in New York City who the people are that work in these projects.
Yeah.
Now they got nothing.
Everyone that voted against their own interests are now feeling what it is to vote against their own
FAFO,
interests.
once again,
Yeah.
FAFO, $18 billion pulled and frozen. And Hogle was out yesterday trying to, rally the troops, but it's frozen. That's it. We'll see what happens. And I'm
craziness.
sure Hogel's going to have to go to court. New York City is going to have to go to court to get that money back. That was appropriated. The president cannot take away the appropriated money.
Do you know that all of our court systems are just tied up in litigation because of him?
Yes.
And all this stuff, it takes a long time for it to go through. Of course, what do they say? The wheels of justice move extremely slow. It's going to take years.
And what if I'm going to leave on this note. And for those that have been following this shutdown, and the news reported that I forgot what the Black woman I forgot what news agency she represents in the press conference yesterday. And she said to Vance, I think it was Vance. Yeah, Vance was because he was out and about because Trump was too weak to be out, and allegedly. And so she said to them, what makes this time different from the shutdown? There have been shutdowns before, and no one got fired. Why are you firing people on this shutdown? Most people are on deferment in other shutdowns. Why are you firing people? No answer. Oh, well, yeah, but you know how Vance does his little dance. He does his word salad. These are evil people. And I know we're not supposed to. People say, don't say evil. You can't call other humans evil. Don't be evil.
They are.
These are evil people. And they're using this, as always. One is a distraction off Epstein.
It's all a distraction.
And all that stuff. But the same thing is, why are you ending the jobs based on a shutdown? That's just cruelty.
Well, he wanted to do it anyway. He's just using this
Exactly.
as a scapegoat, as a cover in a screen, smoke screen. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So, let me see what you guys are saying. I just wanted to go back. Anthony says, I would love to cover the World Cup when it comes to Dallas, but I think I'll be happier if they pulled it. I would love to be a fly on the wall when they break the news to Jerry Jones. And then also Dr. Ty says, that's nice. Simply because you're hurting, though, your hurting does not give you carte blanche to do whatever you like. You ultimately are responsible for your actions and getting the help to solve whatever problems.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets up every day to just destroy.
That's all.
Yeah, you guys got a lot here to say. Yes, Dr. Sachi says, yes, Ron. It's the same insanity as mainstream channels having a YouTube presence, and they just regurgitate the news they're already broadcast. Do something
Yeah.
different. Jazzy
Hold on. There's
says,
one. Go ahead.
yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I said, y'all. I know this is random, but I'm hungry.
It is. It's
Now I'm
lunchtime.
about to
It's
be
lunchtime.
stuck in another meeting for a couple of hours. Pray for me.
Sending prayers your way.
We're sitting prayers your way, Jazzy. Go ahead. What you were
Um,
saying, Chris?
no, I was gonna go to Lisa. She the last post. She I think hit the nail on the head.
Scroll down to Lisa's. Lisa says, yes, he lost the court case to fire the federal employees. So now this is his way. This is his new way to fire them, which is why it's not furloughs.
Hmm.
He's getting rid of them permanently.
Yep.
He's a fool. I tell you,
Cruelty
it's
is
the point.
yes.
Cruelty is the point. So today is so make sure you guys keep your eyes on the shutdown, what's going on there. Again, we read I put a link to things that are not shut down, things that are going to be affected, Social Security and all the other stuff out there. So just make sure you keep abreast of that part of the news for sure. You want to know what's going on in this shutdown because I really do
Excuse me.
believe, like Elise believes, and I'm now preaching it I'm saying this in every show, and I mentioned this on my cousin's platform last night. America needs to do a public shutdown. If you want to shut down the government, okay, but we got one better. The American people will shut down. And we need to get this idea across the country. We need to push this mindset and the thought. Americans need to take control and shut this country down. And like Elise always says, take 2 days, do your PTO. We need to figure out how to come together, find that day. All the people that have platforms, all the people that have influencers, all those people that have followers, we all need to be using our platforms in some way, somehow, someone. We will get together in some way, find a date, 2 days, and shut the country down. If they can do it in France and they can do it in Belarus and all the other places around the world, we can do it here.
Yeah.
Americans need to get out of their comfort zones and stop taking the crap that these companies are putting out. You get smaller seats on the airplane. That's because you keep taking it. You allow it to happen. You get things taken away from you. You get prices put up. You get prices go up and you get less. You keep taking it. You do nothing. Americans just sit back and say, yes, I was going to say something.
Well, listen,
Where's
take the
where's the
take
lubrication? That's what
take
I'll
the
say.
take the example that people have done with Target. I mean, people have been boycotting Target for months now, and look at the damage that they have
The
done.
damage. And you saw the
Put
damage when Kimmel was taken off. These are evidence of the power
yeah,
of the people.
yeah.
The power of the people. And stop getting screwed over by these corporations. Stop getting screwed over. We have the power. We have the power of not buying that airline ticket that wants to make your airline seat small, cramped up. We're all cramped up like sardines. You don't have to take it. The other countries
Um,
don't. We
let's
shouldn't.
leave on let's leave on this note because Omar said they're sharing the No King's Day event. The next No King's Day event, I believe, is October 18th. That's the next big protest. Everyone should be participating. I'm going to find the local one here. I'm going to be a part of that as well.
And what
We
they should
need to
do,
do that.
but here's I mean, if anyone's any listening or maybe hear this for the No King's Day, what would be nice since the No Kings people do have a lot of leverage and they have a lot of folks that have been coming out to these events. Maybe they should also combine them with these shutdowns and say, you know what? It's a No King's Day, but you know what? Also on No King's Day, don't go to work. Don't go anywhere. Don't fly a plane. Don't drive a train. Don't drive your trucks if you want to be like the French, let all the tractor trailer people just park their trucks on the highway and walk away.
Listen, go to nokings.org, type in your location, and they will give you spots where they will have protests. I just found mine locally, literally, I think it's blocks away from me. Matter of fact, yeah, it's right down the street from where I live. I will be there.
Yeah, the people have to draw a line in the sand. And yes, it's inconvenient. Take your PTO, take your sick time. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. If you can shut this country down for 2 days, just call out.
Yeah.
Designate it. Guarantee you, corporations will be saying, "Whoa, wait a minute, the people are speaking." Anyway, let's do that. I'm going to send an email to I know I follow the No Kings people. So I'm going to send an email on I always do the message thing over there. I will send a message. We need to do a shutdown as well. I know people may say it's too short term, but look, we're in a shutdown. We're in a government shutdown now. So let's shut the whole country down. Let's shut it all down. I'm with you. Thank you, Elise, for your inspiration. Elise has inspired me. And I will tell you, I agree 100%. Shut the country down until these fools start acting like legislators and do their jobs. Anyway. Okay, I'm gone. Okay, Chris, you got any last words, sir?
No, I think we're good. I think we covered everything today. Ran a little long, but it's okay.
Elise says, we don't have any other choice at this point. That's right. We have no other choice. Let's do it. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Focus Friday. I have a lot of accounts to share with you that are inspiration, especially during this time. So let's do that. We'll do that tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on our wonderful TrendWatch Thursday. We enjoy you being here with us. And thank you. Make sure you hit the likes, hit the subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you're over in the Instagram world, come on over to our YouTube channel and Ron Lewis Photos on YouTube. Okay. And I think that's good. We're out of here. Later, guys. See you tomorrow. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.